Kingdom Plantae include or eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organisms commonly called plants. A few members are partially heterotrophic such as the insectivorous plants or parasites. Bladderwort and Venus flytrap are examples of insectivorous plants and Cascuta is a parasite. The plant cells have an eukaryotic structure with prominent chloroplast and cell wall mainly made of cellulose. You will study the eukaryotic cell structure in detail in chapter 8. Plantae includes algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, and angiosperm. Life cycle of plant has two distinct phases: the diploid sporophytic and haploid gametophytic. The alternate with each other. The length of haploid and diploid phase and whether these phases are free living or dependent on others vary among different groups in plant. This phenomena is called alternation of generation. You will study further detail of this kingdom in chapter 3. Kingdom Animalia. This kingdom is characterized by heterotrophic eukaryotic organisms that are multicellular and their cells lack cell walls. They directly or indirectly depend on plants for food. They digest their food in an internal cavity and store food reserves as glycogen or fat. Their mode of nutrition is holozoic by ingestion of food. They follow a definite growth pattern and grow into adults that have a definite shape and size. Higher forms so elaborate sensory and neuromotor mechanism. Most of them are capable of locomotion. The sexual reproduction is by a copulation of male and female followed by embryological development. Silent features of various phyla are described in chapter 4. Viruses, viroids, prions, and lichens. In five kingdom classification of Whittaker, there is no mention of lichens and some acellular organisms like viruses, viroid, and prions. These are briefly introduced here. All of us who have suffered the ill effects of common cold and flu on, know what effects viruses can have on us. Even if we do not associate it with our condition, viruses did not find a place in the classification since they are not considered truly living. If we understand living as those organisms that have a cell structure, the viruses are non-cellular organisms that are characterized by having an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. Once they infect the cell, they take over the machinery of the host cell to replicate themselves, killing the host. Would you call viruses living or non living? Virus means venom or poisonous fluid. Dmitry Vanovsky in 1892 recognized a certain microbes as causal organisms of the mosaic disease of tobacco. These were found to be smaller than bacteria because they pass through bacteria proof filters. M.W. Vigernik in 1898 demonstrated that the extract of the infected plants of tobacco could cause infection in healthy plants and named the few pathogen virus and called the fluid as Contagium vivum fluidum, infectious living fluid. W.M. Stanley in 1935 shows that viruses could be crystallized and crystal consist largely of proteins. They are inert outside their specific host cell. Viruses are obligate parasites. In addition to proteins, viruses also contain genetic material that could be either RNA or DNA. No viruses contain both RNA and DNA. A virus is a nucleoprotein and the genetic material is infectious. In general, viruses that infect plant have single-stranded RNA and virus that infect animal have either single or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Bacterial viruses or bacteriophages. Viruses that infect the bacteria are uh, usually double stranded DNA viruses. The protein coat called capsid, made of small subunits called capsomeres, protects the nucleic acid. These capsomeres are arranged in helical or polyhedral geometric form. Viruses cause diseases like mumps, smallpox, herpes, and influenza. AIDS in humans is also caused by viruses. In plants, the symptoms can be mosaic formation, leaf rolling and curling, yellowing and vein clearing, dwarfing, and stunted growth. Viroids. In 1971, Theo Denier discovered a new infectious agent that was smaller than virus and caused potato spindle tuber disease. It was found to be free RNA. It lacked the protein code that is found in viruses, hence the name viroid. The RNA of the viroid was of low molecular weight. Prion. In modern medicine, certain infectious neurological diseases were found to be transmitted by an agent consisting of abnormally folded protein. The agent was similar in size to viruses. These agents were called prions. The most notable disease caused by prion are bovine spongiform encephalopathy (BSE), commonly called mad cow disease in cattle, and its analogous variant CR Jacob disease (CJD) in humans. Lichens. Lichens are symbiotic association mutually useful association between algae and fungi. The algal component is known as phycobiont and fungal component as mycobiont, which are autotrophic and heterotrophic respectively. Algae prepare food for fungi and fungi provide shelter and absorb mineral nutrients and water for its partner. So close is their association that if one saw a lichen in nature, one would never imagine that they had two different organisms within them. Lichens are very good pollution indicators. They do not grow in polluted areas. Thank you.